What is up, you guys? I feel like it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube because I've actually been super active on Instagram and a little bit more on Facebook than I usually am. But I haven't been as active on YouTube like I was when I was doing the 1 meal a day and when I did weekly updates and stuff. So, what I did was on Instagram, I took a poll. Don't mind my crazy hair, it's like super crazy. On Instagram, I took a poll asking like of different topics of what my next YouTube should be about, and I asked like if they wanted to know about mine and Julian's relationship and where we're at now. I asked if people wanted to know what I'm doing with my career and how I got started. I asked if people wanted to know my living situation, and then what is the last thing I asked? How motherhood has changed me. And it was all pretty even. Like there was, I think the most one was that people were curious about the relationship with me and Julian. And then the second one was maybe the motherhood one, then the career, and then my living situation. But regardless, I had a lot of people vote on each one. So then I thought, I'm just going to make a video kind of touching it all because honestly, it kind of all goes together. So let me see, where do I start? But first, I'm going to give an update with me and my health journey because I feel like a lot of my subscribers and viewers who started watching me or subscribing was due to me doing 1 meal a day or trying to lose weight in general. So shout out to all of y'all, and I appreciate all the love. Even though I stopped doing 1 meal a day, y'all are still strong with me and I appreciate it. And if those of you who are doing 1 meal a day and are following me and are still doing it, like drop a comment below and tell me how it's going, because man, I give props to you because that was hard. That was so hard. Anyways, it was a good like starter for my health journey, to be honest. I tell everybody that. I'm like, yeah, it worked for me, but then I just couldn't do it anymore. Anyways, I'm still doing the Herbalife. I'm feeling good. I'm doing a July challenge right now, and I told you guys last time I was becoming a coach, and I was like, if y'all need anything, go ahead and hit me up. And some of you guys did, and now some of you are my clients, so it's super cool. It's fun. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. I'm doing good with that. I'm still going strong. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty active on there. Go ahead and follow me there. I'm gonna drop my name. I see everybody like point like this, like go ahead and follow me here. So if somehow I figure out how to edit, how to drop my name in like this, my finger's gonna be pointing to it. And if I didn't figure it out, just look in the comments or link underneath because I'll post it there. I feel like I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with saying with Julian and I have been together for almost 14 years now, and it hasn't been easy, like at all. We're in a really good place now, but throughout the years, especially like these last 5 years, have probably been the most like the hardest of them all. Not to mention like we added a couple kids up in there, you know what I mean? But so anyway, so we've been together for a long time, right? So we went through a lot of crap. Am I allowed to cuss on YouTube? I can't remember if I'm allowed to or not, because I wanted to say shit. I'm just happy we are where we are now, but I want to talk about us as a couple because I feel like my role in the relationship is kind of like brought me to where I am today, like career-wise, motherhood-wise, living situation-wise. Everything I was talking about kind of revolves around me and my role like in the relationship with Julian. So anyways, without making this super long, we're together through high school, together through college. He went away overseas to the Philippines. I decided to follow with him. I got pregnant, had a baby. We actually, how long did I live? I don't know. I think I lived there a couple years. Justice was maybe 2 years old, and we decided to part ways. I'm going to be honest, and I don't know if he's going to watch this or not. So he's going to be like, why are you telling everybody all of our business, Des? But it was actually his idea. It was his choice. He no longer wanted to be together. He wanted to do his own thing. I was super hurt. A lot of those close to me knew like it was super hard for me. So during that time, and it's easy for me to talk about now because it, like 3 years ago it happened. But at the time it was really hard. And when it did happen, like it just hit me. Who am I? Who is Des? Who is Des without Julian? Like, because at the time, he was a sole provider for financials. He was a sole provider for the family. And before that, before kids, and when we were here in the U.S., I was a provider. I was the one working 2 jobs, going to college, playing college volleyball, and all kinds. I was just used to being the money maker and paying for the apartment. So then when I moved out there, I took this different role on. I took this like backseat almost, which I didn't mind because I got to stay home with the baby and Julian was making the money. And I say I didn't mind, but in the back of my mind that I didn't even know was happening, I was becoming really depressed. Like I was really sad. I started to resent Julian, and he never pressured me to be there. He never pressured me, to stay at home. He was always like, yeah, like, babe, like you can do anything. What do you want to do? And I don't know. I just like I couldn't get out of my comfort zone in another country and do something for myself. But I would be mad and sad about it all the time. Like does that make sense? So I was like constantly going back and forth of like calling my mom back home and just being so sad and depressed and wanting to come home, and then coming home to the US and being so sad and depressed because I wanted to be back with Julian. Like it was this vicious cycle that was affecting our relationship, and eventually it affected it so bad that we did go our separate ways. And it really put things in perspective to me that, like, as a woman, as a mom, as Desiree, I didn't know who I was. Like, I didn't know. I just felt so lost. I was super depressed, but I was hiding it. And so everyone thought that everything was fine because I'm really good at doing that. And so, anyways, I'm going to just, like, keep talking about nothing. So I eventually got a job back at the hotel that I was working in. I was here in the U.S. Julian was back in the Philippines doing his thing. I was doing mine. Obviously, we had some sort of relationship for Justice, our son. But other than that, like I was emotional. I was full of emotions. I couldn't even like talk to him on the phone. I would hate when he would call Justice because I was just so sad. It wasn't my choice to not be together. So for him, it was easy to call me. For me, I felt so lost. I'm like, okay, so like, is this for real? Like, are we getting back together or not? So anyways, I got a job back at the hotel, and I put Justice in daycare, and I was living with my parents at the time, and I started to feel a little bit better. It felt good to do something for myself. But obviously, like, I still missed Julian. I still missed, like, our family. And I just knew that if I went back to the Philippines, next time, like, if we were to get back together, I knew that I would have to do something for myself. I just didn't know what, because I'm like, what could I do out there? Like, what could I be confident and comfortable in doing out there without the help of my family, without the support of everybody, and just being in another country? So long story short, we fixed things between us, and I honestly really think me getting a job, me doing a little bit for myself, just gave me a different perspective. Like, I was the victim for so long. Like, even when I'm talking on here, I'm like, it was Julian's idea. I didn't want to do it. It's like I had this victim mindset when really I just needed to become more independent as myself. I just needed to find Des again, and then everything kind of like the puzzles kind of went back together once I started doing that for myself. And I wasn't so, I didn't rely on Julian for everything, which was crazy because I've always been such an independent person. So then when I fell into this role of being a mom and being a stay-at-home mom, and just Julian making the money and me doing everything for Julian, which I didn't mind taking the back seat, but then it eventually got to me. It's just, it got to me, dude. But I'm just rambling. So we fix things, right? And I go back out there, and then we're out there for a while, and things are going good. But I still was like, I would call my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need to do something. Like, I don't care if Julian is saying like, my money is our money, like my money is your money type stuff. Like, I want to do something for myself. Like, not even just for the money, but just to do something for myself. So my mom offered me to work for her and my stepdad for their company and just do some stuff online, something simple, just anything. And I was so hyped about it. I was like, sorry guys, like you guys can go outside and play because I have work to do. And like just little, like, felt important. I don't know how to explain it, but I was excited. So that just made me feel better alone in doing that, because it's not that I needed the money, but I wanted something for myself. And so with my mom offering me to do that, I was like, hell yeah, like, what do you want me to do, Mom? Tell me what you want me to do. So, no, that really helped a lot. Well, then I got pregnant with our second, and I wanted to have, this time around, I wanted to have the baby in the States because we had our first overseas, right? So this time I wanted to have Journey in the States, so I decided to come back. So me, Justice, and my pregnant belly came back. Julian had to stay there for basketball, for his career. And so we came back here, and then fast forward to having Journey, Julian came back here, and COVID happened. It's like And so Julian was here, at least we were all together, right? But now it's like, what are we doing? Like, what are you doing for your career? Because you're here. What am I doing to help support besides working for my parents still? So then I'm like, I've always done photography. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start picking that up again. So I started doing that, and I felt good because people were excited that I was taking pictures again. So they wanted to book me. So I was doing that as well. But then it like really hit me like, what are we going to do? Like, when you're not playing basketball, or if we decide to stay here, like, I got to do something. But at the same time, I wanted to stay with the kids. Like, I've enjoyed all this time with them, you know? So it's not that I've never had the time with them. I have the time with them, but it's like, I want to make more. I want to contribute more. I want to feel more important, like more important to myself, not anybody else. I'm not saying like, oh, I want to be important to you or you, just for myself. Okay, so then I follow my then coach for Herbalife, and she had asked me a couple times. She reached out just a couple times, like, hey, like, is there a reason you're promoting 1 meal a day? And I'm like, clapping back, like, yeah, because it works. So she was like, okay, no, like, you know, if you ever interested, like, for Herbalife, and there's a business opportunity for it also, or if you just want to take the products. And I was like, yeah, okay, no, but thank you, I'm good. Because to me, I was like, they just want my money. Like, she doesn't care about me. She doesn't care if I really lose weight. So I'm gonna eat this 1 meal, and I'm gonna continue to lose weight for myself. Just so prideful almost, where anyways, I ended up putting my pride to the side because 1 meal a day got super hard for me, and I just wasn't feeling good when I was working out. I just wasn't feeling good in general. I was getting grumpy. I was getting mad when Julian would want lunch or dinner and I wasn't eating yet. And I'm like, really? Like, you guys are hungry? You guys want to eat in front of me? It was horrible. Anyway, so then I finally, one night, it was just like 1 a.m., I think, and I reached out to her, and I was like, all right, like, tell me, like, what is it about? Like, I'll do it. I think I'm ready. So she recommended a trial, a 3-day trial. So I did the trial, right? I did it for 1 day, the first day, and I felt so good that I was like, all right, okay. So I did it for the 3 days, and when I was seeing that I was dropping like a pound a day by eating and having the shakes and snacks and not only having 1 meal a day, I was like, all right, hold up. So then I wrote her, right? And I was like, all right, hey, I'm gonna do this for real. Like, what do I gotta pay? What do I gotta do? Just tell me everything. And she was like, you know, she gives me the whole spiel, and then I decided to become a member. Okay, this is where it happened. So I become a member, right? I start taking my stuff for 2 weeks. I think it's maybe almost 3 weeks I'm taking it. I'm doing a challenge that they have going on, and I dropped 10 pounds, and I just see like physically what had happened with me, and like my results are just crazy. Like, they're crazy. Go to my Instagram, you'll see they're crazy. So then this is gonna kind of sound like really selfish, so sorry, coach, if you're watching this, but my results were so good that I didn't want to post them on Instagram yet. I wanted to post them once I became a coach, because I felt like I was gonna post them and people were gonna be like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, where do I get the product at? And I knew I would have to send everybody that asked me to her, and that she would benefit and profit off of it, because she was telling me about the business side of it, and I wasn't interested then. But then when I seen the results, and I seen like that I could also get people on my team and also get people to get results and join with me, I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait. So I asked her, I'm like, hey, like, what do I gotta do to become a coach, a distributor? Like, lay it on me. She gives me all the info. I sign up, and then I post my results. You guys, so many of y'all who follow me for 1 meal a day, or just in general for motherhood, or whatever the reason that you follow me, and you reached out and you tried that 3-day trial, and now you're members on my team, or you are just buying from me through retail, like, you are supporting me. You're supporting me. And as bad as it sounds, like, it took me a while to just be comfortable with talking about this on video, because I didn't want to come off like I'm all about the money. I didn't want to come off of like I'm profiting off of you. And I even told, my coach that I was just like, I don't even know how to be comfortable talking about this part of the, this aspect of it, because I'm comfortable showing my results, getting people on the product, but I'm nervous to talk about the business side. And they're telling me like, why? Like, don't be nervous. And she explained something to me that I'm like, you know what? You're right. everyone goes to stores, buys their proteins, buys their meal replacement shakes, like whether it's GNC or any of those big companies you go to and you buy your stuff, right? You pay this money for it. But what you don't get is a coach. You don't get that accountability. You don't get that support. You don't get like these fit camps. You don't get, these challenges that we're doing. So what you're paying for is the product, but also a coach. So it's like when you join my team or you're buying retail from me, like you get me, you get Desiree, and I'm there for you, So I had a hard time accepting, like, I don't want to ask people, do you want to make money too? Just so they can be like, wait, what? You're making money off me? Because I didn't want to come off that way, And because that's exactly how I felt when I was going to start. And I thought it was like all a scheme, like a pyramid scheme type thing, where I'm like, that's how I would take it. If someone's like, oh, do you want to make money? Because I'm making money off you. So do you want to make money off someone else? Because you know what I mean? But it's not. That's not what it is. With how much money I made in my first month, this is my first month doing it. Like, I got my results. I got my people. People are members with me. They're on my team. They're buying retail. They're spreading the word. Like, I have a couple friends who I'm asking, like, hey, do you want to sell too? And I'm trying to explain to them, like, the business aspect. And they're like, well, no, I'm not ready, but I'll go ahead and send people to you. Like, that's everything to me. That means everything to me because you're supporting me. You're supporting me and my family. You're supporting me getting to stay home with my family, So anyways, I really just want to talk, like, now I feel real important, right? I was over here doing some work for my mom. I'm like, okay, yeah. Doing some photography. I'm like, okay, yeah. But now, like, changing people's lives, showing what's possible, showing me, like, skeptic, someone who was not into this at all, who now is promoting it the way that I am. It's just, if I could help anybody, a lot of girls are writing me and they're like, hey, I can't afford a product next month, but I'll buy from you after. We're just on a budget. And it still takes everything in me to even say, like, oh, well, do you want to sell it too? Because I don't want to come off the wrong way. Like, I just don't. And this is me right now being transparent, vulnerable, open to you all, just about how great, like, this opportunity is, to do it. And you know what, even if you aren't even into Herbalife, and I'm on here talking about feeling important as a woman or a man, whatever, mother, and it's not Herbalife you're thinking about doing something else, whatever it is in your life, and you're just thinking, like, should I do it, should I not do it? Just do it. If it's in your head anywhere, if you just thinking about doing something, just do it. Otherwise you're just gonna keep feeling the same way. That's how I was. I just kept feeling the same way every day, and it's like, now I have something to, like, look forward to. I have something, like, I just feel important. I feel important to others, and I enjoy that I get to help others. I enjoy that I get to help others by just saying, like, what I'm going through, by just saying what's helping me, what's working for me, and my knowledge on the products or my knowledge on the business, and just that alone is so rewarding. Like, it's just, I come home. I'm sure Julian, my mom, my stepdad, everybody, Justice is probably tired of me talking about it every day, but I'm like, my friend just wrote me, she's lost 10 pounds. Like, she's doing so good. Or I'm like, my mom or my stepdad will be like, man, I'm tired today. And I'm like, I got something for that. Hold on, I'll be right back. I just wanted to share that. So that's, that's what I'm doing for career-wise. I work for my parents just from home, online. Also photography, which a lot of you guys know. And now I'm doing Herbalife. So I appreciate all of the support. And, I'd love for you guys to join my team, or not even join my team, but just be curious about it and just ask me questions, because I was the same way, like, but once you find out, like, it's so rewarding, and it's fun. It's a fun environment. And I was actually explaining to my friend, Sierra, the other day. She was asking kind of about becoming a distributor. She wanted to know details and stuff. So I was explaining to her, and I was telling her that I made almost $2,000 last month. My first month, I made almost $2,000. Isn't that crazy? Like, staying home, doing what I do, but helping others. And shout out Sierra. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but she was just like, yeah, well, I'm not you, Des. I don't have the following that you have. And I said, yeah, I said, but we all have our own stories. We all have our own testimony. I said, people can relate to me in a lot of ways, but guess what? People are going to be able to relate to you in other ways. She has different issues and stuff that she's going through, and, she's losing weight, and she's so shocked that she's losing weight with the kind of health issues that she has. So I'm like, can you imagine if you shared that? If you shared that and told people, I have this, but I'm still doing this, like, they can resonate with that more than they can with me. And it's like, everybody has their own story. So I'm not saying you're going to make $2,000 in your first month. I'm not saying that. I'm showing you what's possible. Anyways, before this video is like 7 hours long, I'm currently still living with my parents because we were overseas, and now we just decided, you know what? All right, we're going to get our own place. We're both going to step it up. I'm over here like trying to build my credit now because I've had no credit. And we're gonna try to get a place. And now that I'm, with Herbalife, I'm hoping I can keep going. I'm hoping I can make my team bigger. I'm hoping that I can, make a difference in somebody else's life the way that mine's making a difference now. Because now I have the opportunity to be like, all right, let's go. Let's move somewhere. Let's do this. Like, we just got a new car. Like, y'all. So things are up for us over here. I think I covered everything I was going to talk to. I don't think I really covered how motherhood changed me, so I think that's a whole nother topic that I would talk about, but I'm glad I got to share a little bit of a relationship issues and how we're good now, the business aspect and where I'm living at now. So I hope maybe this helped somebody or anybody, and yeah, just reach out to me, and I appreciate you guys watching. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me there. I'm more active. If you want to keep up, no pressure. I just feel like I let you guys down on YouTube when I actually have more subscribers and followers here on YouTube than I do Instagram. But it's just so simple to post on Instagram, so that's what I do. But anyways, all right, peace out.